Hello my dear students, we are going on with our book Eyes Open 4, Unit 6. We started our last lesson, we started a new chapter, and then if you remember, we talked about some new vocabulary. Those vocabularies were fireworks, which meant a kind of explosive with colored flames. We talked about occasion, it meant event, activities, hold a contest, it's a kind of competition, give a present, which is a kind of surprise, a kind of gift. Now we will continue with part 3, which is the listening part, and last lesson I asked you to bring your pencils and papers for note taking, because in all listening activities it's very important to take notes, or else you may easily forget what the speaker says. Now get ready, please. Okay, now we are ready for listening. To set an example, I will also take notes with you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start.
Talking about celebrations. Juan. There is a very special festival here in Barcelona, in Spain. It's held on April the 23rd, and it's National Book Day. Everybody buys books and roses and gives them as presents to the people they love, or good friends. The whole town has a great time. It's really different, because at this party, everybody is holding a book or a rose. Some people even hold writing contests. The person who writes the best short story wins a prize. Luana.
When I was younger, I loved my birthday. I always had a cake and a party, and my parents made special food for me and my friends to eat. Everybody always dressed up for the occasion in their very best clothes. But as you get older, birthdays are not as much fun as before. People still wish you a happy birthday, but now it's not as important. We don't put up decorations, but my mum still makes me a cake.
Okay, as you see, while listening a text, it's very important to take some vocabulary, some nouns maybe, which will give you a main idea about listening. Now, let's fill in the blanks for this activity. Okay, so what kind of celebration was Juan talking about? Yes, it was National Book Day, April 23. What kind of activities is he planning? He's planning to buy books, roses, give them as presents, writing contests. You are doing great, guys. Now, Luana, what kind of celebration is she talking about? Yes, she's talking about birthdays. And what kind of activities is happening in those birthdays? She has a cake and party, make special food, dress up and put up for decorations. You are great, guys. Thank you very much. About your answers. Now, think about our situation since we are limited to our homes because of the epidemic coronavirus. Now think about your last street festival, last party, last gathering with your family. How was it? What kind of clothes did you wear? Was it fun? Now think about your party and just write me an email or a message explaining the situation. Alright, now it's reading part, sorry. Now, please look at the next page. We have a reading about proms or more. Now I will play the text, I will play the record, and I want you to listen and follow the paragraph. Then later on we will talk about the reading paragraph in depth.
13. Listen to the magazine article.
Prom or morp? For some teens, the most important night of their lives is prom night. Originally an American tradition, more and more teens in the UK now have prom parties to celebrate leaving school. These events usually include making special food, having a DJ or live band, dancing, and setting off fireworks. Some schools work with others to hold mega prom parties in hotels. Everybody dresses up for the occasion. The boys wear formal evening suits with brightly coloured ties, and the girls wear traditional evening dresses and beautiful jewellery. Students can spend weeks preparing for the parties, and the cost to the school can be enormous. Hiring DJs, organising food, and reserving hotels can often cost a fortune. Some teens rent limousines to take them to the party and enjoy acting like film stars arriving at the Oscars. In traditional prom parties, there is usually a formal meal, speeches, and ballroom dancing. It's a bit like a wedding, only everyone is younger. Some parties can have different themes depending on tastes. Students might agree on organising a Roman theme, for example, or a 60s theme. Students dress up in clothes from this period in time. Then, in the USA, there are anti-proms called morps. That's prom backwards. The kids organise it themselves, so the party is cheaper and more informal. These teens don't agree with the amount of money spent on the preparations and like to be seen as different. Without any adults to tell them when to stop, the kids party all night and carry on the next day. It can take a long time to recover from all the fun. Not everyone looks forward to becoming an adult, but at proms you can certainly celebrate it in style. Whether you enjoy going to a traditional prom or a morp, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, make sure you have a good time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now in order to understand the basic comprehension about the paragraph, I want to ask you this question. What is the difference between a prom or a morp? What's your idea? Yes, a prom is more conventional, more traditional, more classical graduation party, whereas a morp is a new trend which doesn't cost a lot of money and which seems a bit easier, funnier than the classical one. Let's check the book's answer. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have covered so far today. Today we have a listening, taking activity, and then we read a paragraph about prom or a morp, and there were some new vocabulary which we deal in the next lesson, and we talk about the main idea of this text. For the coming lesson, part 3, part 4, and part 6 is your homework. I want you to look at those activities and give the answers for these activities. We will go over this text detailed way next lesson. Take good care of yourself. Bye.